Welcome to your weekend focus for September the 10th, the 11th, and the 12th, 2021. My name is Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. I send it right back to you. Milo and Dylan are enjoying the break in the heat wave, so they're a little bit more playful tonight. So they are best of friends. So if you hear any growling or nips or yelps, they didn't mean to hurt each other, and that is not their intention. Their intention is having fun, and they do. They do. Today I was sitting out there, and I wasn't really paying attention to them. Something caught my eye on my phone, and I was paying more attention to that than what they were doing. And they know they're not allowed to dig holes. I looked up, and where'd the dogs go? They're fast diggers. I think they had a competition, one right next to the other, on who can dig the deepest, the fastest, or something, and then it just became one big hole. So I'm gonna have to go out there with a shovel and fill it in, or I can break my neck walking out my back door. So they're feeling more alive because the heat isn't pushing them down. But I think we all are feeling a little bit more of a rejuvenation. We have the 10 energy we start with. And the 10 is the wheel card. The 10 is we are going into a better time, a new chapter, a new season. And 1 plus 0 is a 1, so it's the I am. It's taking care of you. It's making you important. It's moving you to the top of your priority list and what you need in order to be happy and healthy. And well, we are under the 5 energy for the entire year, so how to bring joy and happiness and giggles and laughter into your life, romance into your life, those simple things that create the biggest, most wonderful memories. Brings in beauty, raises your vibration, and leads you then towards success. If we do the numerology of the day for Friday, it would be a 15 energy, and that is breaking away from an old habit, an old behavior. Something could literally coincide with an opportunity to where you may want to bring in reform in your life, change into your life. We're under the new moon of Virgo, so it's very much about our routines, our health and well-being. So we'll probably be looking a lot in those areas. And 1 plus 5 is a 6, which is also the Virgo energy, or the 6 energy. And Virgo brings in beauty. But Virgo is also understanding value, understanding worth, understanding beauty, and understanding what is trash. Trash is trash. What no longer serves must go. If we look at Saturday, it's an 11 energy. So the 11 energy asks us to make a commitment to ourselves, to focus on something, give it our focus, our attention, our time, our energy, our resources, in order to go forward in the way we want. To turn the attention on your goals, your dreams, your wants, your desires. Sure, your dreams, your passions. Absolutely. With the 11 energy, sometimes it asks a little bit more for us. So we may feel like we're taking a risk or stepping into the unknown or doing something out of the ordinary, and it makes us a little uncomfortable. But knowing that we have to take that step, have that conversation, step into that environment in order to really reap the benefits of 11 energy. When we have a focus, when we have an attention, and we give it our all, the 11 energy asks more of us, but the rewards are greater as well. If we look at the numerology of the day for Saturday, it would be a 25 energy. And the 25 energy is really about success after difficulty. So where you have been challenged, where there has been chaos, where there has been struggles, where there has been demands, where there's been obligations and responsibilities that you have been carrying with you and doing, now you're going to see the successes of that. Now you're going to start to reap a little bit of the harvest of all that energy and time that you put into something. And hopefully that was you that you put it into. Because then, wow, the greatness of who you are. 2 plus 5 is a 7, so it's standing in our truth. It's about, with the 7 energy, we can create a harmony, and we want that harmony. And when we go against that 7 energy, we give ourselves away, we give our power away. We start to work on somebody else's agenda and not giving ourselves, our agenda, any focus at all. So the 7 is really about where is your focus, because that is the thing that is going to ignite. And then we have the 12 energy for the Sunday. Now the 12 energy is the hangman. The 12 energy is about pulling it back a little bit, thinking it through, being in the now, not worried so much about the past or the future, but the now. Understanding what decisions have to be made, where we need to surrender in our lives, where we need to compromise in our lives, where we need to heal in our lives, where we need to act for ourselves and stand for ourselves, stand strong for ourselves in our lives. But we're pulling it back with the 12 energy. We're thinking it through. And we're not stressing about it. We're, processing it within. We're giving ourselves time to think about it. We're taking a few minutes off from life. We're turning that light switch off so that it all stops for a minute. And we're going to turn it on ourselves. And we're going to think things through of what do I truly want? Why do I want that? Does it really benefit me? Or was it something that somebody else had and I just, thought, they look happy? Is it something I can commit to? Do I need to rebalance a part of my life? Maybe it's my time, maybe it's my energy, so I can utilize, or maybe it's my resources, so that I can utilize those things in order to put it towards my focus, my passions, my desires. And what do I want it to look like at the end? And really tap into the emotion of the end result. And if you do that over this weekend, Sunday is obviously the energy is even stronger for it. But if you do that, I would not be surprised if something happened in your life to coincide. It's like some kind of opportunity. I don't know. You decide, you know what? I am going to lose those 10 pounds and I am going to get more active and more fit. And then your phone goes off and it's your friend who says, hey, I just signed up at this new gym and I can bring a new friend with me for 90 days. Do you want to be my person? Like things like that can happen out of, just it seems like, wow, what a coincidence. But it's not a coincidence. It's the universe, it's the divine energy, it's God, your angels, your spirit guides working towards your goals, your dreams, your desires, but you have to give it the focus. With the 12 energy, you definitely have to give it the focus, but really see the end result. See that and feel that excitement, feel that happiness, feel that pride, feel that sense of accomplishment that you will have because you did what you did. And it might mean a little bit more struggle or tightening of the belt or whatever it is in order for you to obtain it. But that's what you're deciding right now, where you're going to put your focus, where you're going to put your energy. We all have a bucket list, but we can't concentrate on 101 things. We have to concentrate on 1 or 2 things in our lives right now that's really going to make an impact on our future growth, on our future path. Now, if we do the numerology of the day, it's a 17. So that is making the impossible possible. You see a way through. You get clarity. You get understanding. And nobody else could maybe do it that way, but you can. It's about it's about clarity and understanding. So don't be too fast to rush into things. Don't, our minds might, with this kind of energy, our minds could get like overactive. We'll be thinking 1,000 things. We'll be jumping from one website to another. We won't get anything accomplished. We'll get frustrated then. So when you're noticing that happening in your life, or you're trying, you go to put the silverware into the drawer and you go, oh gosh, that needs a full wash. And then you're like, well, I might as well just redo the silverware since I got it out of the drawer. And you wipe everything down and you look at it and, oh, I haven't relined these in a while. I think I have a roll upstairs. And you go and you search for 20 minutes and you get that roll. Now you got that roll. And well, I might as well do the other drawers while I got this roll. I didn't know it was so full. And before you know it, by putting away the silverware from the dishwasher, you ended up doing an entire day's worth of work, but you kept it on a steady pace and you really got something wonderfully accomplished. So long as that's something that'll move you forward. Now, a tidy home is a tidy mind, tidy desk is a tidy mind. So when you are organized, clarity can come in. And actually, that's one of those jobs that you can do, that your mind can drift. And when your mind can drift, you just might get that aha moment, that epiphany, that moment of clarity and understanding that you never would have gotten had you not been doing something very mundane but very beneficial for you as well. So I'm jabbering, but who's got to do their kitchen? I wonder whose angels or guides are working a little overtime for you. They're saying, come on, get to it. You'll be glad you did. So Sunday might be the day for that for you. Put it on your calendar. We have the sun in Virgo. We have, I think by the time most of us wake up on Friday morning, the moon will have moved into Scorpio. And Scorpio is that primal energy within us. Scorpio digs for the truth. There's no gray areas. It's black or white. It can't be this and that. It has to be one or the other. Up, down. Yes, no. And Scorpio digs. Scorpio investigates. Scorpio asks the questions that nobody else dares to ask, to get to the truth, to get to the understanding, to get to the clarity. And it's our primal energy. So I think, is Pluto doing something in the sky? Because if Pluto's doing something in the sky, we will be so feeling empowered that we can have success in our life, that we can have change in our life, that we can go forward, that we can grow our personal wealth, our career advancement, uh, health, wealth, our growth in some way. So we'll be very strong and confident that we can do what we can do. So the 17th energy on the Sunday, well, and did I say 1 + 7 is an 8? So you have to walk with integrity. You have to use your strength and your courage. You have to bring them out in the forefront. But I think this kind of energy allows us to do it in a very positive and productive way for ourselves. Okay, let's get to the cards. The Judgment card. So if you've been working hard in the past, this is the time when your rewards come, just like the 25 energy. Success after great struggle. This is where, they go, okay, have you done the work in order to take the next step, or do you need to do more? Have you given it your all? Have you given it your focus? Have you really dedicated that time or that energy or the resources towards where you want to go, what you want to do, what you want to accomplish? Or have you been doing other things? And how do we change that so that when this energy comes around again, we reap the rewards? Because we can see the end goal. But perhaps we're not doing the work, we're not taking the time, we're not leaving ourselves enough energy in order to properly do what we need to do, or say what we need to say, or step into that environment in order to grow, in order to prosper. So we start with Judgment. So it's a very strong energy kind of weekend for us. Look at this. The King of Wands is back again. Gosh, he's a fun guy. You know, when he gets an opportunity in his mind, he gets so much gumption go behind him. Everybody wants to be a part of what he's doing. So if you think you need the help, then get going and start doing yourself so that your vibration raises and people are just automatically attracted to you. You know, you bump into somebody at the coffee shop and they go, wow, what are you doing that's different? Well, I'm starting my new business. Hey, you should stop in. And, oh, I'd love to. What is it? Oh my gosh, I've always been interested in that. You know, I do that part time. Hey, maybe we should talk. Yeah, I'm thinking of doing consignment. And all of a sudden you've got a business partner and they want to be half of the business because, and they're really good at the clerical. And you were just kind of like, you know, I want to paint it all greens and blues and have flowers over there kind of person. So, which are both beneficial to the business, just you just can't have one or the other. You have to have the blend, right? In order to have the true successes. So, the King of Wands is about making a decision and then going after it. He doesn't have second thoughts. He doesn't stand on tradition and formality either. He doesn't have to prove that he's a king. He doesn't have to prove that his ideas are good. They're good, and he's going with them, and they better get on board. Or they lose out. They lose out on the experience of being part of your dream. And I would think that would really suck if you really thought about it. So feel sorry for them if they don't want to get close to you right now, but they will want to. They'll be asking you what you're doing, what's different about you, what's changed about you, what's happening in your life. Five of Pentacles. Oh, Five of Pentacles. But we've been trying so hard, Tilly. And I get nowhere. I'm still at the same square I was 3 months ago when I watched you. That's what this card's about. This card's about you want to throw in the towel. You're tired. You're thinking there's nothing to this stuff. It doesn't work. I've been raising my vibration. Yahoo. We do. We get disappointed when things don't flourish the way we want them to. So rather than getting disappointed, rather than kicking yourself, rather than thinking that you have failed in some way, Thomas Edison, you know, when he was trying to invent the light bulb and he was on trial number 100, he said, hey, this is like try 100. Like, you don't think it's going to fail like all the rest? And he goes, those weren't failures. Those were ways that I can't do it. And now that I know that, I eliminated that part from getting the light bulb to work. It's not a failure, ever. We deem it as failures and bad and negative, and we're taught that. We're taught that at a young age when you had to come home and show your parents that first F on your report card. You're not a failure. You can't fail unless you give up, unless you throw in the towel, unless you say just no more. And this card is saying, please don't. This is a time to stand up strong and dust yourself off. This is a time to believe in yourself. This is a time to square those shoulders and stand straight. And if you just got off that stoop and stood up and stretched and turned around, guess what? There's the opportunity. There's the door of abundance right behind you. And you didn't even know you were so close to the finish line to take that giant leap through that doorway, through the new experience, to the new opportunity, to the new relationship, to the new way of being, becoming. But you have to knock on the door. You have to turn the doorknob. You have to walk through. You have to do your part in gaining your freedoms, your successes. There's a whole world of wonderful behind that door, by the way. Look at this. Then we have the death card comes out. The death card, you know what I like about this card? I'll kind of hold it up kind of close so you can see it. Okay, there's a little child sitting there. And I love this deck just because the artistry is it's just beautiful on some of these cards. So there's a little child sitting there. That's your inner child. You're dressed in white. You're ready for the new experience. You want to feel the freedom. You don't want to be shrouded in, wasn't it just was it last weekend or, there was an energy that kind of came through that would make us doubt ourselves, doubt our trust towards another person, or that was just a couple of days ago. This is where we understand where we have held ourselves back, where we have told ourselves a story so that we could stay in our little safety bubble. And we don't realize we're doing it. And it's not a bad thing because it keeps us safe. And that's, the main intention. That's the biggest instinct, is keeping you safe and keeping you well. So when you try and get out of that bubble, sometimes yourself will say, no, we don't know what to expect out there. Come on back here, it's safe. And we do that to ourselves without even realizing it. We were conditioned to do that to ourselves. And it's also part of our natural instinct to do that to ourselves. But we feel our inner child wanting to break free. We feel and this is where we change something. We stop a behavior, we stop a habit, we let go of that responsibility or that obligation that was really just somebody else's agenda, not your own. It wasn't doing you any good. It was helping them tremendously, and there was no two-way street on that. It wasn't helping you in any way, financially or time or energy or resources, nothing. It was just something that you were doing, and it didn't even look like they really were appreciative of your time or your energy or your resources, whatever it was. This is a time when you take back your power. This is a time when you say, I choose me. And it may be that you want to lose weight, so I choose me and I'm just not going to eat that cake anymore. But I want to. No. Or I'm going to exercise more, or this is a time when we shift. We shift our routines in some way that's beneficial for ourselves. The next time that happens, I'm not going to get all upset and run out of the room. I'm going to go within. I'm going to go to my place that I have in my mind. I'm going to breathe deeply. And by the time I count to 10, everybody's focus is going to be somewhere else. And then I'll be fine. Whatever it might be. But this is a time when we can make great changes in our life over the simplest, most mundane little things in our life. You might put out that cigarette for the last time. You might decide to not drink, or maybe just drink on have a drink on the Friday night after work or something to celebrate the end of the work week or something. But you're changing it in some way. And I'm not here to say smoking's bad for you, or drinking's bad for you, or any of those things. But you may want to change it because maybe after that glass of wine every night after work, you're a little tired and you don't really get anything done or accomplished. So maybe even it's just postponing that glass of wine until you do A, B, or C. And you give this 20 minutes or that 10 minutes or this 5 minutes. And it could just be meditation or deep breathing or just having a small conversation seemingly with yourself on where you want to go, who you want to become, what you want to change in your life, what you want to manifest in your life. And set those little goals and those big goals. And you really can't have a goals list that is too long. And there'll be time for big goals. There'll be time for little goals. I think this is a time more for all the little goals that we want to set so that we are more powerful and empowered to take those big steps towards the bigger goals down the road. We'll pick one more card here. And we got the Queen of Swords. She's been very popular here. This is believing in yourself. This is protecting your dreams. This is protecting your wants, your needs, the lifestyle perhaps you want, the love that you want to surround you, the work environment that you crave for, whatever it may be for you. And you protect it, and you don't dummy it down. You don't give away a part of it. You don't twist it and turn it so that it suits somebody else's idea of right or wrong. We're in Scorpio energy. I think the moon actually does move into Sagittarius on the Sunday. So it's more of, so we won't be as inquisitive or deep in thought, deep in getting the yes or no answer, deep in getting the clarity and the understanding. We'll be a little bit more on the adventure side of things come Sunday. So keep that in mind too. So here we are protecting our dreams, our goals, our desires. We're not going to let anything stand in our way of obtaining it, of course, in a very beautiful, empowering way. We're not going to use manipulation or lies or something underhanded in order to get to where we need to go. Because when we do it through love, when we do it through beauty, it's forever. It's magical. It becomes, it becomes to have a life of its own, a breath of its own, a strength of its own. Potential. Think big for your future. It really is about thinking about what you want to have happen in your life. What was our first card again? Oh, the Judgment card. How did I forget that? And where we're going to put our focus. What we're going to grow in our lives, what we're going to manifest in our lives, what we are going to transform in our lives, or maybe transform in ourselves, or change in ourselves, or do for ourselves. This is a time, if you're not happy in your job, don't quit your job. Absolutely not. That's paying the bills. But throw out your resume somewhere. Okay, scientists have proven with their studies and everything and their data that, I don't know if they'll actually be scientists or researchers. Anyways, it's proven that if you are going for a job and you already have a job, you're more likely to get the job rather than somebody who does not have a job and is going for the job. Because you're secure. If they say no, you're okay. Your life is not in their hands. And that comes through in the energy, and that comes through in your confidence, and that comes through in how you present yourself, and that usually lands you the job of your dreams, the job of your choice. Another study, if they put out an application they just need general laborers, they get thousands upon thousands of resumes. But if they put one out for management or higher, they might get like a couple hundred tops, because people don't believe in themselves enough. People don't, and if they're stuck here and they don't have any experience. And I got to where I was going, not on a formal education, but on life experience, a lot of life experience. Some formal education though, but potential. Know your potential. Know your potential, for goodness sakes. If it's a dream of yours, then it has the potential to be astounding, because it's your dream. You wouldn't have that dream unless you were able to accomplish it in some way, even if it seems quite hopeless from where you're sitting right now. So maybe you just need to stand up and dust yourself off and look within and see the potential that lies within. Are you journaling? Okay, in my September at a glance, I told you all, journal. You'll want to. You definitely want to for September and October. You'll get so much more clarity and understanding on your path to walk into, well, November, obviously. So, so think big for your future. Your creative and mental powers carry great potential. I think our minds will be busy this weekend with the energy that's around us. The plans to expand your horizon are underway, and everything is progressing. Think and plan outside your limitations. Think and plan outside your limitations. I like how the angel is, I thought it's like that bubble that we put around ourselves. It's about breaking the glass. It's about, yeah, breaking down the walls, expanding the horizons, knowing what you're truly capable of and what not what people told you were capable of. Think and plan outside your limitations. Remain open-minded. There's more possibilities and opportunities that than you can see at this point. This could be study, a business venture, travel. Be ready to take on the challenges with a think big attitude. Empower yourself with more development and self-exploration. The mantra is, my visions and goals take me beyond my current limitations. My visions and goals take me beyond my current limitations. So you see your vision, you see your goals, you see it, the end result, you see what needs to change in your life, and you go, oh, that can't possibly change. Watch something happen in your life that actually allows you to make that change. But you really have, but you have free will, and you don't need to do that if you don't want to do that. But I highly recommend taking some time this weekend, especially on the Sunday. But I think any day will do, or a couple of days after the weekend. You know, energy just doesn't cut off at midnight or anything. And we open up a new box of energy. It mingles with each other. It flows. It ebbs and flows. Absolutely. So sometimes I'm talking about something, but I noticed that the day before as I'm talking about it, you know, it was like, wait a minute, this is already, you know, transpired in my life. Or I might see it a day or two later. Look what flew out. No pun intended. The bat for clarity. Well, I'm not going to argue with the deck. Okay, clarity. Hidden fears. Open mind, heart and soul, trust and passion. And Scorpio, you know, we can dig deep and understand what our fear was about. Once you look fear in the eye, it completely loses its power. You can walk straight right through it, but it's looking that fear in the eye. And we may have to do that. We may have to take a risk. We might have to step outside of our comfort zones. An educated risk, mind you, but a risk nonetheless. So many are afraid of bats. Oh, clarity of mind means clarity of passion. This is why the great and clear mind loves and sees distinctly what it loves. So many are afraid of bats, they often fly in a sporadic fashion, never knowing where they swoop. Instead of relying on their sight, they use other senses, the main one being their hearing. If you've chosen bat, we have, we are being told that the clarity we seek has to be sought in a different way. Bat offers you clarity to see around you what may be hidden. Now is the time to look at your life subjectively and see what you can add and see where you can add positive and passionate changes. You might sign up for a class, start a new creative project. Is it possible you've been neglecting communicating with those who love you? And you're not even aware that you were doing that. You may have been acting like a hermit and didn't realize it at all. Call a friend, plan a fun night out. Once again, Sag Moon on the Sunday, so Sunday would actually be the best day to do it. So, release your get together for you know, a dinner and a little bonfire after or something if that's allowed where you are. Release your old fears and anxieties. You can write down your fears one by one on a piece of paper after you complete the task. Take the paper and say aloud, I release, and insert your fear. Then rip up the piece of paper or burn it in a fireproof container, allowing the universe to take care of all that is holding you back. And seriously, sometimes you just have to say, I don't know what to do with this. I don't know how to solve it. It's out of my control. It's out of my depth. It's out of my pay scale. Please take this from me. Help me with it. They'll take it off your shoulders. They will help you with it. But sometimes we have to say it out loud. So say out loud for the things that you want to leave in your life. The clarity, the understanding, the aha moment. It's all awaiting you this weekend. So if you find that you're overthinking things or your mind's here, there, everywhere, slow it down. We know that's going to happen. We really want to put our focus on, yes, the big picture, absolutely, of what we want at the end result, but we also want to look at the little steps and how we are actually going to take those steps, how we are actually going to use our time, our resources, our energy in a way that we can actually do what we want to do and feel the emotion of success, feel the emotion of, yes, success. I hear congratulations, so I can't say the word that I was trying to get out there. So celebrate, congratulate yourself for who you are and where you're going and what you're becoming, and feel that energy and come alive with it, and watch the window of opportunity open for you in some small way, in some small form, for you to actually reform a part of your life to work in unison with your walk forward. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.